Right. Welcome for this session of using the online registration system for summer camp for Camp Drake on Tentaroo. We are going to learn how to sign up for individual merit badge classes. Now, you should already have your username and password. And while we're logging in, just as a reminder, the registration system will open on February 1st at 9 a.m. if you have paid a $25 deposit for every scout, for every youth scout registered. If the $25 deposit for every youth scout has not been paid, then no one will be able to use the registration system from your troop to sign up for camp. So once you get logged in here, let's go to week one, and then let's go to, or whichever week of camp you have here, let's go to event registration. And here we can select the names that we want to start registering classes for. So we'll choose a new youth registration. And notice we'll see Bobby and Jimmy Scout here that we can choose from. They're already in our roster, and we have 4 spots available. If you see a scout that's missing from this list, you want to check your roster. So you can click the roster here, or you can cancel and go back to your roster and make sure they're already on the roster first. Otherwise, you won't be able to register them for the event. So let's go back to event registration. We'll hit new youth registration. Let's choose Jimmy Scout here. He's our younger scout. And let's hit create registration. So we would like to know, all this information should be essentially the same. You'll just want to confirm it and make sure that it's correct. And we would like to know what year summer camp this is for Jimmy. Let's say it's his 2nd year. And we'll go now to continue to pick classes. All right, so this is what the screen looks like to pick classes. You'll see the information over here. The merit badge of the class is listed here. The time period starts at 6:30. This question mark is a little bit more information about the class. And then this information here is how many spots are available. So here you can see this is yellow because there's only 1 spot available for the class. So he's really interested in bird study. So let's go ahead and register him for bird study. And notice now all the other 6:30 a.m. classes disappeared. If he decides he doesn't want bird study anymore, then we can just drag it back over here. And now notice all the other 6:30 a.m. classes are back. But let's go ahead and go back and select bird study again. And let's look at archery now. In addition to the question mark with additional information on archery, we have a dollar sign. So this class has an additional fee of $5. And will be added to our roster, but it does not need to be paid now or up front. None of the class fees need to be paid up front, but they do need to be paid before the final camp fees are due, and they will automatically be added to your list of total monies due. We also see this little icon here, which indicates there's a minimum age for this class. In this case, it's 12. So we'll go ahead and move archery over to our class schedule as well for 9 a.m. If you notice here at 10 a.m., archery is listed again, and that's because we are fine if you want to take the same merit badge more than once. So, Jimmy's an archery enthusiast here, so we'll sign him up again for archery. And, let's go with our 2-for-1 combo, astronomy and space exploration at 11 a.m. And let's say he's going to work on camping merit badge, and notice cooking merit badge here. Notice the 6th and the 7th. It's 2 different time periods together. So this is actually going to be a block from 3 until 5. If you look at the merit badge grid, it'll say this is a 2-hour class. So by selecting cooking and moving it over, it's going to remove everything else there from the cooking list. Now, as a 2nd class scout, Jimmy's not an OA member yet, so I'm not going to pick OA meeting because he's not going to be able to go to that. If you notice here, these are some high adventure Vermilion Trex programs. Minimum age for this class is 14. Let's try to drag this over and see if we can add it. Oh, no, we got an error message. So the minimum age is 14. So he's going to have to choose some. He can't register for this class for this Vermilion Trex. So I think we've got a pretty good class schedule now for Jimmy here. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And now it's going to say this has been added to my cart, and I can either return to the event or check out. In almost all cases, we're going to return to the event, or you can actually kind of shortcut and go right to a new youth or adult registration from right here. So let's go to a new youth registration, and notice Jimmy's no longer listed as an available participant here because if I cancel, I'll see he's already listed as being registered here, and his registration is still in the cart. Nothing will actually save until we've completed the checkout. So we want to make sure that we finish checking out. Or I should backtrack a little bit. It is saved, but until the actual checkout process is complete, he won't be completely registered for all those classes. So we can go on ahead and add a new youth registration here. It's going to pop back up that window, and I'm going to choose Bobby this time. Also notice we're down to 3 spots available to add a new youth. Let's go ahead and create registration for Bobby. And let's say this is Bobby's 4th year at summer camp. And we can put down any other notes or anything that we want to add here. We won't have anything there. Let's go ahead and continue to pick classes. And notice this bird study class. We have a waiting list now. So Jimmy got the last spot for this merit badge. So I can go on ahead and add bird study to my schedule. It's going to remove all the other 6:30 a.m. options. And it's telling me that I'm first on the waiting list. So, like I said, I can't register for anything else at this time. But if somebody else who's in bird study drops the class, then Bobby will automatically be added to the class, and anybody else who follows him on the waiting list will be moved up a spot. So this is telling him that his position on the waiting list is number 1. So the system, like I said, will automatically keep track of who's on the waiting list based upon their priority of when they signed up. So let's go ahead and continue to fill out his schedule here. Let's go ahead and actually we'll choose some high adventure classes. So let's add the there's a morning ATV class, which actually will be up here with the morning classes. Here it is, the Vermilion Treks ATV safety class. We'll go ahead and add that, and notice that it will remove essentially all of the other morning classes from options here because we have conflicts with them for the ATV training. Let's say in the afternoon now, he's going to take citizenship in the world and citizenship in the nation. And that's all for now. We can add some other open classes, like if he wants to take open archery on Monday and open boating on Tuesday and open rifle on Wednesday. He can add all those classes if he wants for all the various days. Let's also go ahead and add, he's an OA member, so he's planning on attending the Monday night OA meeting, so we'll add that to his schedule as well. And if we look down here at some of these other items, so he's learning his ATV safety and in that class, and so they have this ATV trail ride on Friday afternoon. Let's hover over this question mark box. So this is a 1 afternoon session to go ATV riding on Friday. He might miss all of his Friday afternoon merit badge classes, and he must complete the ASI rider course during this camp session, which he's in, or prior to camp, and he needs to complete the online form. So he meets the requirements, so we'll go ahead and select this as a Friday afternoon class. And he understands that he might miss his other Friday afternoon classes for that activity. So it looks like we're good with his schedule now. So we'll go ahead and save. And now again, we can either choose to check out right now, or we can go back and add another registration. Let's go ahead and add in an adult registration now. We have our adult scout here, 2 spots available. Let's go ahead and create the registration for him. And as you see, there will be opportunities for adults to sign up for classes as well. So here is another chance to update this information. We're going to go ahead and continue to pick classes. And notice, he can take swimming and water rescue at 9 a.m. if he wants. He can go to any of the open periods, but you'll also notice there are some he can attend the OA meeting, and there's also Vermilion Treks High Adventure for for adults as well. So, for this, maybe he's interested in this adult zip line climbing, and so he can go ahead and drag that over. And as you can see, there is an additional fee for it. So, that might be something that interests him, and he could sign up for that class. Also, something that's unique to the adults is this deposit rollover. So, if you're interested in attending Camp Drake again next year, and you want to go on ahead and roll over that deposit, which will guarantee your campsite for the next camping season for the same week, then we just ask that one adult per each unit go on ahead and take this and drag this into your cart. And essentially, all that's going to do is add $100 to your registration fee, because $100 of your deposit has already been applied to this year's camping fees. It just adds that $100 so that it will automatically roll into next year's summer camp fees, and we'll add that when it comes time for summer camp next year. So let's go ahead and hit save now. We've got this adult registered for his classes. And now we do need to go through and check out. And notice here it's saying that we don't have to pay anything else to check out. So let's go on ahead and check out. And it's got all these classes that we signed up for over here. And notice there's a red X here, so we can remove just that one person, and it will remove all the classes that you signed up for. So you only want to do this if you really feel confident that you need to remove them from a class. And now if you hit submit my order, it'll process everything through and hit OK, and all those scouts are registered for all those classes. If you want to make any changes, you can just go back into, when you're highlighted on your week of camp, go into event registration. You can click on any of the scouts here, make any of their changes that you have. You can go into classes, and you can, let's say that Jimmy no longer wanted to go into bird study now in the morning. He wants to do personal fitness instead. You can swap that out and hit save. And if you check out here and submit the order, now we can go back into event registration again, and we should find that if we go into Bobby's classes, notice that Bobby was automatically added into bird study into that one spot that opened up. That was when Jimmy vacated the class. So that's registering for merit badge classes using Tentaroo.